Chetan Narula for Cricket World, and I'm here to talk about a very lively bunch of cricketers hailing from the nation of Afghanistan. Their second ODI World Cup after making waves in 2015, but this one is about making a statement. Not only are they representing the nation of Afghanistan, but they're also representing the likes of Ireland and Zimbabwe and any other nation who was not part of this 10-team World Cup. If they can do well, if they can surprise a few teams on their day, then they can say to the ICC, listen, you got the format wrong, and there should have been more teams here at the World Cup than just the 10 nations or the top 10 nations in this cricketing universe. Of course, for that to happen, they will need some assistance from flat tracks, spin-friendly tracks, because they have an armada of spinners led by the incomparable Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, and of course, the wily, old, experienced hand, Mohammad Nami. Their batting is a bit lightweight and, can be their shortcoming against teams which have really potent bowling attacks. We saw in the warm-up game that if, the conditions favor the seam-friendly pacers, then they will struggle. But on tracks which are slower in nature and on tracks which afford some spin, they will obviously be a handful. They lost to England comprehensively, but they beat Pakistan in the warm-up, which obviously raised some eyebrows. So, who's going to be their player to watch out for? And of course, you cannot go beyond anybody else than a Rashid Khan, who's made such a wave across this cricketing world ever since he burst onto the international scene as well as onto the T20 scene. He boasts of 125 wickets across the ODI format since the 2015 ODI World Cup. Remember, not all of them are against top nations. They have played lowly teams as well. But, when playing Afghanistan, you cannot consider whether they're playing India or England or anybody. The lack of experience just makes up for their tenacity. It's only bettered by England's Adil Rashid, who's picked up 129 wickets, but the Afghan leggy has got it at a better economy and a better strike rate. But statistics don't really matter for Rashid Khan, do they? He's playing a brilliant role in every major or non-major T20 league across the world. He's the bowler who is in most demand. He's the cricketer who is in most demand across the world. And of course, now he comes onto the biggest stage of them all, the ODI World Cup. And like I said, this is the second time Afghanistan are participating in a tournament like this, and he will be looking to make an impact. In terms of prediction for Afghanistan, well, I don't think that they can make it to the semi-finals, but I think they will deliver a couple of serious punches to teams above them. Somebody like Sri Lanka and Pakistan, who's struggling with form, who's struggling with their playing composition. Somebody like Australia and South Africa, who can tend to struggle on their poor day or on their off days on spin-friendly tracks. Somebody like New Zealand, perhaps, because they struggle against India's wrist spinners in their backyard as well. So what I'm trying to get at is not the fact that teams like Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, Sri Lanka or Pakistan will genuinely struggle against Afghanistan, but Afghanistan have a chance, have a shot against every team in the fray, and they know it.